So hello. We are live. Welcome to the Stacy Rose Show. Oh my goodness, we are here for 365 days of daily motivation, inspiration, and positivity. So thank you so much for tuning in today to my daily show. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend a few minutes or moments with me and to take in some inspiration, motivation, positivity, because I'm sure we all can use it, especially this time of crisis or pandemic that we're going through, a time of uncertainty. So I'm here for you every day. So thank you for tuning in. And so hopefully you'll stick around. Today I'm going to talk about, it pertains to the gospel reading. So, and my prayer reflection of the day, I was blind and now I see. That's also from, those are lyrics also from the song Amazing Grace, if you know the song Amazing Grace. So my goodness, okay, so I'm here live here on TikTok, YouTube, and my podcast show. So thank you. So let's get right to it. Thank you so much. So when words get in the way, this was my reflection for today. I was reading. Let me see what's a good part to read of this. So the blind man in the gospel didn't seek out Jesus for a sermon. He came looking for sight, right? And through the gentle touch of Jesus, he caught his first glimpse of people, animals, sunrises, sunsets, the moon and stars, trees and flowers, mountains and rivers. Oh my. How often do we take that for granted, right? That we really can see. We have the ability to see, but we don't see. We kind of just go through life and we skim past and not appreciate the mountains and the trees and the sky and the stars and the moon and the sunsets and sunrises. So we don't have to be, we could be blind to that, right? Showing up when someone is at their lowest communicates more than any words possible. Who here is safe, havenless? Write down the names of people you can cry when the bottom falls out. Okay, so this is not pertaining to what I want to talk about. Okay, but anyways, I was blind and I can see. So I have a story. I totally can recall this. Let me know if you've been in a relationship and you saw some things, but then you put the blinders on because you really didn't want to see the truth. So you just ignored it, you dismissed it, like, nah, I'm not seeing anything. Nah, what I'm seeing, my perception, reality, what I'm seeing is not what I'm seeing. So you kind of close your eyes to it. And then maybe months or years, you open your eyes and say, dang, I was blind to the situation. And for me, I can recall my second relationship or my relationship after my divorce. I got into a toxic relationship. And I remember in the beginning of this relationship, excuse me, seeing some signs, but I was like, no, I care for this person and have feelings. And I'm like, no, I dismissed it. I'm like, oh, he'd have a glass of, or, a shot or something of some whiskey or something. I don't know. He's like, oh, I just have one after work just to kind of ease and relax. And I'm like, okay. These little things, I'm like, huh. But I dismissed it. I'm like, okay, I don't see it. I'm not 10 years I was blind. Yeah, right. Exactly. I was blinded in a marriage for, well, 15 years, but like 7 years. It just, so I guess my whole point, moral of the story is that sometimes we see things that we don't want to see, or we know things and we just turn the cheek, we close our eyes and act like we're blind to the situation until one day we finally wake up and open our eyes and see the truth and the reality of what's going on in our world and our life and our relationships or in ourselves. Because it's easy to shut an eye. And so the moral story is, I don't want to say that again, repeat myself saying that, is that, let me think here, put my thoughts together. Is, well, I'm just having a blank here. I'm live right now. Is that it's easier to be blind to the things that we know are the truth. So we don't have to acknowledge it and to accept it. Because if I paid more attention in the beginning of that toxic relationship, I wouldn't have gone any further. I would have listened to my gut, my intuition. I would have saw the bigger picture and said, wait a minute, this is not the direction I want to head in and go. What am I doing, Stacy? But I was just like, nah, I got so much going on. I sacrificed a lot to be in this relationship, so I'm gonna make it work. So I think we've all been there. We see something in someone else, and there's this truth, but we close our eyes to the truth because we don't want to see it. We don't want to believe it. So we create up excuses. We make excuses and stories. We tell ourselves a story to make it, to excuse or justify the situation. Until later on, whether it takes 6 months, 2 years, 10 years, or more, till we finally open our eyes and say, dang, what was I thinking? And for me, in my relationships, I can go back and say, you know what? I remember this and that. I did question this and that, but I was like, I closed the blinders to that and just was like, ignored it, not paying attention to it. But sometimes when we're in the situation, it's hard for us to truly see clearly because we're involved. It's like other people can see something that we don't see, right? Think about it. Why does anybody go to a psychiatrist or to a therapist or counselor? Because you're explaining or expressing your story, your truth, and they hear something different. They see something different. We want to justify ourselves. We want to justify the way we think, the way we act, the way we do, the way we behave. We want to justify our relationships. But someone who's out of our circle or our bubble, they see the bigger picture. It's like, for instance, you tell somebody, hey, you got a problem. You got a drinking problem. I think you drink a little too much. You should you check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like, maybe you're an alcoholic. And that person's going to see me like, wait, what do you see? Are you kidding? No, I'm not. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink a lot. So they see something totally different than what you see. And so at times in life, we're all walking this journey. And sometimes we see things that other people see, or we see things that other people don't see. And so we have to open our eyes to see our truth, and then to understand that other people have their truth, their story that they tell themselves. And in that moment, that's their truth, so they could open their eyes and see. So I hope this makes sense. I feel a little lost today. Happy birthday, sisters. Okay, so let's see in the comments here. Who do we have here today? Let me know where you're tuning in from in the world. What the weather's like. It's beautiful here, Sunday afternoon. Blue sky, sun is shining. So let me know in the chat on my podcast. You can reach out to me in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions or you want to chime in. If you have a story to share, how you were blind and now you see, or maybe you're still on this journey seeking to see the truth and to open your eyes to see clearly and to gain focus, because this is the year of 2020, my love, right? The year of clarity and focus and vision. So if you've been feeling blind, hopefully you are opening your eyes, maybe slowly but surely, to the truth and whatever that truth is for you, and to open up the blinders to what's going on in your world. I know it's so easy just to tune out and put the shades down because we don't want to accept the truth. And I think that's really when it comes down to it. We don't want to accept the truth. We don't want to accept the situation. We don't want to believe that the other person is that way, or the relationship is not what we expect it to be in the beginning. And it's hard. It's definitely hard to grasp. When you put so much time and energy into either others or to your relationships, or into maybe being a person that you thought you wanted to be, and then you come to realize and look yourself in the mirror, right? Mirror on the wall, and realize, who's this person I'm seeing, looking at? Was I blind to the truth and the way I've been acting and thinking and behaving? So we all have that truth, and for some of us, it takes a lot longer to open our eyes to see. But I definitely believe that most of us are walking with our eyes closed, not physically, because you would, but try to compare someone who's blind, because I guess the moral of the story here is that someone who's blind. There's another reflection I read where I think he was blind, but he saw more beauty than people that could actually physically see in life. Do you know what I'm saying? So physically he couldn't see, but he was open to the truth and receiving. And I think for us, sometimes seeing could hurt us at times because we're truly not seeing what we need to see. And so the blind man, he sees more than what we see at times. Does that make sense? Anybody? So anyways, I was blind and I see, in a sense, it's like, save a wretch like me. being that we were in a place, whether it was in our past or maybe now, and you're slowly seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and your eyes are the blinders are starting to slowly open. That's a beautiful thing, awakening is happening in your life. And so many of us are still walking, I like to say dead, sleepwalking, their eyes closed, and we're just not getting it. And it takes some crisis, right? Maybe something like this pandemic to be confined, quarantined, social distancing. I mean, I even found myself crying today because, I'm starting to feel it. I don't want to cry. I wish I could hug my mom, my daughter, even my appointment with my counselor slash life coach tomorrow, even though she works out of home, but her husband, out of respect, he doesn't want anybody to come to the house. It's like, wow, really? Now I really can't get out and see people. It's like, I've been home now for 3 days, I think. When was the last time I left the house? Thursday to go clean the church. And I watched Mass online today and I started crying. It's like, wow, just it gets a little airy and scary. So we're all going through this. And I think, if anything, now's the time that we're definitely opening our eyes to the truth and to reality, and to maybe appreciating the beauty of the sun, the moon, the stars, the mountains, the trees, the sunrise, sunsets, because we've been so busy in our world and our life, going through the motions of life, working, getting the kids up for school, work, doing what we have to do, that we've kind of lost sight of the truth, lost sight of what's right in front of us, lost sight of our family that's right there next to us, because we're so either busy on our phones, playing video games, or doing whatever, and neglecting. And now is the time to bring us together as a whole, as a humanity. I want to cry. This is not gonna happen live, is this? Sorry. That I think, we are more open to the truth now, and we're seeing the possibilities of a better future, even though it seems ironic and scary and stuff. But I think this is helping us to bring ourselves closer to one another, to being open to really truly seeing what our life is all about, to discovering who we are, what's our purpose here on earth, to be more considerate to our family, our loved ones that we live with right in our own home, to stop ignoring them, to give them attention, to be there, physically be there, and mentally be there. Because I know in my past, in relationships, I had people in my life that were physically there, but mentally they weren't there. And I think so many of us maybe are physically in the room, or physically at work, but mentally we're not really there. We're not meditating in the work that needs to be done. So, oh, you guys, sorry, I was just getting like, oh my goodness, let me sit back here because this my emotions are rising. So again, you're gonna get some inspiration, some motivation, some positivity, maybe a few tears on my podcast, my live stream here. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm sorry the beginning was a little fumbled. I was just trying to gather my thoughts and stuff because this all just happened really quick. I accidentally went live on TikTok without realizing it, and I was trying to get everything set up, and then I really didn't probably compose myself and gather my thoughts. So if I was a little off in the beginning of this, if you watch the replay or if you're listening to the podcast, um, I'm making acknowledgement that I know I was a little stumbling in the beginning of this show, but I think hopefully I caught myself and gathered and composed myself. Oh goodness. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you so much. So, you know, were you blind and now see, my love? Let me know. Can you finally see the truth, to see reality as what it is, and to see not your truth, but other people's truths, and to respect that? I think yesterday we talked about acceptance. Yesterday was right. Comparison is a thief of happiness. And when we can open our eyes to really seeing the truth, that's when we really can shed and break down those walls to seeing and accepting others, and understand that everybody's going to have the same truths and the same beliefs and same opinions as me. But now I'm open to receiving and to maybe listening to what others have to say. Doesn't mean you have to make that your truth and you don't have to believe what they have to say. But I think when we can open our eyes and truly see, we can respect one another and listen, and truly listen and be there for others without judgment, without criticism. and without saying you're right and I'm wrong and my way's right and you're wrong. We got to stop that, you know, judgment, and bring those walls down and just love and embrace each other for who we are. So hopefully this my daily motivation for today opened up your eyes to see a little bit more clear, more focus, to get clarity and have the vision to see what is true, what's your truth in your world, and to then to take action on what that is you need to do to heal whatever wounds, whatever mishaps or misfortunes or failures in your life, and to forgive it and to let go and to be open to the truth and be open to receiving to what's next in life, and have faith and positivity, and to believe that things are happening for a reason, and hopefully for the better, for all of us, for mankind, as I said earlier. Okay, so let me take a pause here to read the comments. I got a lot of comments coming in. I know I almost had a breakdown here live here today. Oh my goodness, my hair is like a hot mess, and this is me. I'm sorry, not sorry. Oh, let me catch my breath here because this was a tough one today. Listening to the homily and what Father had to say, I was like, okay, yes, I'm going to talk about this and say this and that, and then I didn't, like I said earlier, I just lost my composure. But anyways, I'm back. I think I'm back. So let's see. It's contagious, smiling positivity. Yes, let's share the positivity, light, and love. Let's open our eyes to truly see one another as we are, right? And without judgment, because you know we can't change people and expect people to be who we are. We're unique. I mean, this is what I've been talking about all week, right? We're unique, we're special, we're one of a kind, we have our own potentials. God created us to be one of a kind. So if we're trying to expect other people to be like us, that's not the right thing. So when we could open our eyes to see the truth and believe and see that we're all beautiful and made in the image and likeness of God, our creator, we're all light, love, energy, source, whatever that is, then we can live a good life. Jesus wired us to be miserable without him. Yeah, and when we're in a state of panic and fear and anxiety, and I get it, that's what's going on right now with a lot of people. That steals our joy. That takes us away from God, from that love, that light, that warmth. I look at the sun. When the sun is on me, I feel like that's God, just his warmth, like hugging me and loving me and telling me everything's gonna be okay. And that think of that feeling of the sun. That's that feeling you have when you're connected to God, whether it's the God, the universe, the source, whatever you want to talk about, energy, light. Stand in front of the sun, and that's a little taste of how you could feel if you could open up to the sun. Stand in front of the sunshine and let those rays of light and love and energy warm you and fuel your soul. Oh my goodness, and that's God. That's God's energy, his love for us. And think of it, when the clouds come and pass the sun, we feel a coldness, right? We feel that disconnection. So think of that same analogy. I'm trying to use some visuals of when we're disconnected from the energy, from that sunshine, that warmth, that light of God's love, that we are in that dark place. It's cloudy and it's cold, and we lose that disconnection when we're in a place of fear and worry and anxiety and and hatred and bitterness and resentment. When we're in a negative state of place, we lose that warmth, that energy, that love. So to stay in that place, that state of grace, right? Amazing grace, how the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was once lost and now I'm found. And now I was blind and now I see. So I'm hoping that you guys are opening up, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, the heart, because I know it's our logic brain, it's our ego that keeps us stuck from accepting the truth, accepting reality, accepting others for who they are, and wanting to be right and you're wrong and it's my way or the highway. It's our effing ego. When you can let the ego go, or let those blinders, open up the blinders and see the truth and be willing and open to receive light, love, and joy, your world will change for the better. Oh my goodness, you'll see with clarity and focus, like, yes, 2020, the year of vision. Let's make this happen. Oh my goodness, I'm catching up on here. So you can't break the walls down until you open the door. Yep, you got to open, be willing to receive. Okay, I have anxiety, Blue Wolf. I'm sorry to hear that. So hopefully my words encouraged you. When you're feeling anxiety, turn to the light. Turn your thought, shift your thought to a positive thought, whether it's go outside and stand in the sunshine and open up your heart and raise your hands to the universe, to God, the sky, whatever that is for you, and be willing to open and receive and let go of what is, let go and surrender to what's not serving you. Let go of that anxiety, let go of that fear, and put in place your trust in God Almighty and believe that He has better plans for you, and hope and light and love. But we need to be the ones to take the step. And once we take that step forward, God, the universe, will help us take the next step. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Right? Just like Jesus, when He was carrying the cross, He didn't carry the cross by Himself to the Mount of Skull, Golgotha, right? To die on the cross for us. He had someone help Him along His journey. And that's an example to show that Jesus didn't leave us here alone and abandon us. He's here to help us and lift us up and to carry our cross, that cross of fear, that cross of worry, that cross of anxiety, that cross of of forgiveness, that cross of resentment, bitterness, whatever that is. God is there for us. He didn't leave us alone. Granted, you might find yourself feeling like lost or alone. That's that negative. Turn your negative into a positive thought. Turn your thought to the next happy thought, so you can get closer to that light, to that love, that warmth of the sun that's going to fuel you and ignite you. So I'm just about 20, over 20 minutes. So I'm going to wrap things up here on my YouTube and podcast, because I could always go on and on. Yes. Hello. How are you doing today? Thank you. Toronto here. Got it. Amen. Steve. Thank you. So I'm catching up. I have a lot of here. Thank you, Blue Wolf, for following. Unique Proficient for following me. I praise the Father. He gives us strength. Amen. I have anxiety. You're pretty inside and out. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Everyone should take a knee from time to time. Oh, I was on my knees today. Every day I'm on my knees, praying. And we have to do a little penance, you guys. Life is not about like gratitude and everything's about entertainment and fun. We have to take that time, make that time for ourselves to find a quiet place since churches are closed, and create a space at home to where you can pray. Pray or meditate, journal, whatever that thing is to make you feel better, to make you at ease. To make you at ease. I think today I wrote, stability and balance will help ease stress, and to find a routine. And I have my routine every day where I pray the rosary on my knees, I meditate, I journal, I do things to help me. Those are my tools to help me get through my day. So, you don't have to go at it alone. There's things that we can implement into our life that can help you to overcome these fears, these anxieties, this worry, the stress, the uncertainty, the fear that you maybe have going on in your life right now, in your world. I get it. Everybody's there right now. But it's how do you handle it is the question, the key. It's going to come. We're always going to have these things. There's always going to be negativity and positivity. How do we deal with the negativity? Okay, I'm going to give away too much stuff, so I could talk about this stuff for other topics. Thank you. Love the hair. Oh, thank you. Blow me a kiss. Mwah. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my gosh, so many comments here, you guys. Thank you so much. Let me know any comments here on the chat. Okay, YouTube. You can't break. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So thank you all for the follows. Thank you for the love. Jesus wired. Yes. I'm trying to catch up here. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Daniel, for all the love today, for the gifts, for being my biggest gifter today. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Lots of gifts there today. Thank you, Hassan, for the love. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Get famous in your heart. Yes. Get famous in your heart. Exactly. Love your Shakira moves. Oh, thank you so much, Hill. What else? Any other questions here? Seek the Lord. Yes. Okay. Jeans flared. Can you show? Jeans flared. Can you show? You're blessed. Thank you. Okay, gonna wrap things up here. Okay. With that said, thank you all so much for tuning in, especially to my podcast, The Daily Show, and my YouTube. And thank you so much. I appreciate tuning in and sticking around for my mumbling. Yeah, I'm being hard on myself today, right? I gotta let go. Let go. I'm human. I have flaws. I'm not perfect. And, sometimes I lose my train of thoughts. But I think I gather my composure. So anyways, if you want to watch this, you're tuning in on TikTok, Make sure to go to my YouTube and subscribe, and you can watch the replay. Same thing if you're listening on my podcast show. If you want to watch me in action and or leave a comment, head over to YouTube at the Stacy Rose Show. I appreciate the comments and a like or subscription or subscribing to me. I appreciate all the love, and thank you again all for coming in and supporting me and sticking around for my daily motivation, inspiration, positivity. Yes, I know I had a little meltdown earlier, but even with me, the thing is feel your emotions, let your emotions move you, and it's okay to not be okay at times, right? So with that said, thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to share this out with anybody in your world that you know, or share this message. I was blind, now I see. And if you have a story to share, share it in the comments, or let me know a situation that you overcame and that now you see the truth. That yes, because that's what I want to. That's my goal for you: is to open your eyes to see the truth, to see reality, how it really is in your world, to have the clarity, the focus, to see your truth and the truth of others, and not to be one to judge or criticize, but to accept and embrace everybody, because everybody's seeing something different, right? Like beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Why does someone say that person's beautiful, and while someone could say that person's ugly, right? We all see something different. So let's open up our blinds to see the truth and to embrace everybody else's truth, um, when you expect them to see and believe your truth. We need shepherds now more than ever to help guide. Thank you so much. Who's that, DJ? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. How do you meditate? Okay, TikTok, I'm going to stay here. How to meditate. So I'm going to wrap things up. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. You know what time it is? Time to go share love, make peace, and be happy. So, thank you, everyone, for tuning in for today for the Stacey Rose Show for 365 days of daily motivation, inspiration, positivity. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful day. God bless your hearts and souls. And I will see you here tomorrow for 365 days. Yes. Bye. Okay. So TikTok, I'm going to stay for a few minutes, answer any questions.